rate-ups are literally just lucky bag summoning. It's like, yep, he comes out, lucky bag, lucky bag, lucky bag, lucky bag, lucky bag. Like, he never comes out. Like, we all thought he was gonna get another rate-up for the Vitra, like, Santa Clara Christmas event, because he's a main character in the story there, but literally, like, this is his only rate-up that he's ever had, and, like, coming up on 3 years on the JP version of the game. It's absolutely disgusting, right? Like, the thing that's weird is that I'm like, Arjuna Alter is, like, really good, but he's not that broken that he doesn't need a second rate-up in 3 years. Like, I don't know why Super Orion gets another rate-up, and he doesn't, because, like, Super Orion is just as busted. Like, he's literally the face card version of Arjuna Alter, so I have no idea why DW is like, we can't give him another rate-up, it'll break the game! Like, I have no idea why they're doing that. But again, if you can snag him here, he's really good. Doesn't matter what your box looks like, this guy's gonna obliterate things. He's really good. Kentucky, as I was talking about up here with Skahawk, there are, like, more farming nodes now that are getting a little bit odd, where it's like a 3-1-3, and that just means if you're a newer player, it's like you have 3 enemies, 1 enemy, 3 enemy, or like 2 enemies, 2 enemies, 3 enemies, or 2-1-3. Like, just the placement gets a little weird. And it's really good to just have somebody like Kentucky who has a 50% battery, does really good damage. You can just have him sit there, Golden Spark, bonk him, plug him out, and farm as per usual, right? It's really good to have servants like that. MHX Alter is just literally the best single target quick servant in the game. Like, she literally just obliterates everything with double Scotty. It's like not even close. She's helped out a lot by the fact that she's a berserker and you can literally just bring her to anything and she just obliterates them. They gave her a special damage mod against like all the good guys and that made her even more insane. So yeah, absolutely crazy if you pull her. Like, if you don't have Scotty, she kind of suffers a little bit. She has the same problems like Skahawk and Maid Alter over there, but man, if you have Scotty, or you can bring your friend Scotty like a waiver or something, she will definitely cook for you. And then obviously Musashi over here is going to be really good if you're able to get Castoria. That's kind of like the whole stipulation with her, that if you're able to get Castoria, or maybe you have Nero Bride and you can bring a friend Castoria, she's going to be looking really good as like just a general farmer for you. And then we have the extra class banners, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna save you guys some time. I would just avoid this banner entirely. Like, unless BB, Mel, Okita Alter are your absolute favorite must-have characters, I would avoid this banner like the plague. Like, this just looks terrible to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this looks bad. What would I do? Maybe I would like move BB over here and then maybe move like the Avengers down here. I don't even know. Like, maybe bump the foreigners up there, the Avengers down here, just mishmash it in some way. Cause it's just like, I don't know, but I get what they're doing because they want the ruling Avengers. I don't know. Maybe take these 3 and trade them out for the 4 Avengers. I just don't know. But like, this just looks like a banner you should avoid like the plague, because Okita Alter, even after 2 buffs, still needs something to kind of make her complete. She's really just still kind of coming up lacking a little bit when it comes to just really all departments. She needs a little bit more help, and DW is kind of being very slow and kind of cautious in the way they buff her, because if they, like, literally all they would have to do is just change her NP to quick, or give her a skill that can change her NP to quick for like 3 turns, and she's absolutely broken. And I think that's what they're trying to avoid. They're trying to like keep her, have the like identity of like a buster servant, but not break her, because again, she's got like, she literally does so much right now, but it's like, it needs like one more piece to like glue it all together, right? And then she just becomes broken. So right now, until the next 2 years, she's still gonna be kind of in this more like mid-ish area, right, where she's just not popping off as she should be. But again, kind of just waiting for like one last buff to kind of complete that. I mean, King Protea over here, I mean, aside from being like pretty cute, you know, you got giant kaiju lady over here, right? The problem with King Protea that I have is that she really wants to do like this slow burn style of gameplay where you just like slowly get to build up and get stronger and stronger until you're just basically immune to everything. And that's really fun to do, but it's like, again, if you have a box that can just beat something in 3 turns, and unless you really like King Protea, you're probably not just gonna sit there and stall it out for that long to get like all these stacks built up. Probably not gonna do that. So again, kind of just more like, I mean, like if you like King Protea, you know, pop off, you can use her for that. You can get that experience a few times, but not somebody I would be like, oh, you gotta summon on this banner for her. Kiara, unfortunately, if you don't have Kiara already, and you get Kiara, I'm really sorry, because Kiara is really good, but she is very notorious for being a potato, and that you really want to get her to at least NP2 so she can actually do this thing called damage. Melta Lilith, just because she just has like a generic package when it comes to her her skills and her NP. She actually is kind of one of the few people here that kind of breaks out and kind of like stands as being a really good servant. Funny that she's in the middle as well. The thing though is that there's also the issue with the alter ego class, right? The alter ego class is one of the classes that it scales better with the how bad your box is, right? Like, as your box gets better and better, you don't really need the alter ego class as much, because you have other classes that can finally start like performing better than they do, right? At their role. Like, if you're using an alter ego as an assassin, you're like, oh, okay, I'm using you know, Okita Alter as my AoE assassin, or then you get like Semiramis, right? Then you get Semiramis who just performs better, right, as an AoE assassin. Or you're just like, hey man, I need like Kiara to be my anti-caster lady, right? But then you're just like, oh, I got Da Vinci Lolly, right, who just blows her out of the water at NP1. So it's like, once you start building up your box to get a little bit better, Melta Lilith is really the only one that I kind of think breaks out of that thing. I think it really sucks that she's an alter ego, because I think she could have been broken if she was like a Lancer. Case in point, look at the summer version of her. But like, if she's like a single target Lancer, it would have been over. But if you do have to summon on this because Melt is your favorite, and you get Melt, you got off lucky. Now, Summer BB is very good if you want to be a 5-head, because that's really what Summer BB is used for. She's used for like big brain plays and like big brain 3-turn comps. If you're not doing that and you just want it because, you know, you want BB, just wait for the free play BB to come back around, and that'll scratch your itch of having a BB in your account. Because if you're not going to take advantage of like the whole, you know, third skill gimmick that she has going on, it's just not worth pursuing. And then foreigners, I mean, Abigail's kind of a wet sock. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Abigail needs some buffs, dude. They need to stop leaving Abigail to dry and give her something, bro. And then Hokusai over here, again, Hokusai I think has a really strong foundation. I kind of outlined some of the issues I have with her gameplay in the video I did in her just not too long ago, but I think it's very fun to play with Hokusai, but unfortunately a lot of the times the fun servants aren't really like the meta crazy servants, because like I was explaining on stream, it's better if a servant is just like, I get big Ooga Booga 50% mana burst for 3 turns, or I get big Ooga Booga 50% NP gain for 3 turns, and not like, oh, I get a 20% or like a 30% buster buff every time I get hit. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, you could get higher, you could get to like, let's say like a 90% buster mana burst, right, you know, for 3 turns if you got hit 3 times, but it's not as consistent, right, because you need to be hit, and you know, you can't just have it immediately, and you know, you want those consistent servants. So is Hokusai fun to play with? Yeah, I use her all the time. Is she one of the best servants in the game? Not necessarily, right? Because unfortunately, fun and like unique and quirky servants don't always, you know, equate to being like the best servants in the game. But she is fun to play with. I'll give her that. And if they buff her in a way to kind of like maybe adapt her skills a little bit to keep the style of gameplay that they want, where you can either switch from being like a better art servant or a better DPS servant. Again, if you want more of like what I'm talking about right now, go check out the Hokusai video that I uploaded like a week or 2 ago. Like, if you wanted to like give her a buff or something that kind of helps her out with that, I think that'd be pretty good. But unfortunately, right now, this just kind of looks like the worst banner to summon on. Please avoid that one like the plague. This one's not too bad, because after all of Shiro Amakusa's, you know, different buffs that he's gotten, he's basically a borderline must-summon servant. Literally, the only negative thing you could say about him is that he's a ruler. Everything else about him is absolutely crazy. Bunny Artoria is cute. You can say that about her. You can use her for Koyan Skya looping, but you know, you're better off using other servants. Like, why are you using a ruler to farm? It's kind of like weird to do that. I mean, I would do it because I like Ruler Artoria a lot, and I'm grailing mine to level 100 as we speak right now. But I mean, I would recommend other people to do the same thing. So I mean, she's a nice consolation prize if you summon on this, because there are other just like good servants here. Like Chi Wong's the best solo servant in the entire game. Holmes gets downplayed a lot, but it's really just like people look at Holmes' skills and they're like, I don't know if this servant's all that good. Which, to be fair, I look at Holmes' skills and I'm like, this is kind of wiggly whack. But then you get to his NP and it's literally all worth it. Like 50% crit damage to the entire party, and you make your entire party just absolute insane maniacs for a turn, and you make the enemy just pee poo poo weak. So his NP's kind of cracked. So